Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Origins. In this episode we're looking at Houndour and Houndoom. So before we get started, I'd like to remind you to go check out my channel where you can find some extra Pokemon Origins videos there. Let's go. So what do we have here with Houndour? Its Japanese name is Delville, it is the Dark Pokemon and is number 228 in the National Dex. It stands at 0.6 meters tall or 2 feet and weighs 10.8 kilograms or 23.8 pounds. Houndour is a Dark Fire type Pokemon from Generation 2. Its design is very much like a dog-like Pokemon, and has short black fur with a red underbelly and snout. It has short pointed ears and tail, and also has white bands on its ankles and rib-like ones on its back. It also has a simplistic stylized skull on its forehead. Overall, it was mainly probably based on Cerberus of Greek or Roman mythology, or other legends of hellhounds, and its kind of body shape comes inspiration from Doberman dogs or Rottweilers. There are no gender differences between Houndour, so there is nothing to talk about there, and Houndour's shiny form has blue fur and a tan underside instead of the usual colouring. And Pokédex entries tell us that Houndour hunts in packs and use different cries to communicate, which is very much like normal dogs. The name Delville is a corruption of devil, again referring to the hellhound, and Houndour is a combination of hound, dog, and door, which means sullen or severe. If we move on now to Houndour's evolution, Houndoom, its Japanese name is Helgar, it is also the Dark Pokemon, and is number 229 in the National Dex, and stands at 1.4 meters tall or 4 foot 7 inches, and weighs 35 kilograms or 77.2 pounds. A Houndour will evolve into a Houndoom starting at level 24. Now, Houndoom has a larger build than Houndour with a longer snout and has an extra band on each ankle and back. It has a skinny tail that ends in an arrowhead and a collar with a skull pendant on it. It also has a pair of curled horns with no ears. Again, it's probably inspired by Cerberus and other hellhounds, and the body shape is that of a Doberman's. Unlike Houndour, there are some gender differences between Houndoom. For example, the females have smaller horns than the males. And very much like Houndour, Houndoom's shiny form has blue fur with a tan underside. And Pokédex entries tell us that when Houndoom becomes angry, its flames contain toxins, and if you are burned by these flames, the pain will never stop. Wow, that is a bad Pokemon. And long ago in the past, Houndoom's howls were imagined to be the call of the Grim Reaper, which is a very cheery thought. The name Helgar is a combination of Hel and Gar, which means the sound that dogs make, kind of like woof. And Houndoom is a combination of Hound and Doom, referring to the hellhound, devil, stuff like that. Looking quickly at some size comparisons, you can see neither of these Pokemon are taller than me. They are about, Houndour is normal dog height, whereas Houndoom is a bit larger dog, more, tiger size. And finally, looking at some sprite analysis, in Gold, Silver and Crystal, Houndour's sprites actually had kind of more of a red tinge than we have now, as they were much more fiery, whereas when we get to Generation 3 they lose all this kind of red tints and just become black and carry on. This carries through to Generation 4 and Generation 5 with not much change. The same applies to Houndoom really. In Gold and Silver it has these red tinges, however in Crystal it does not, whereas Houndour did. And also in Gold Sprite it is worth pointing out that it is actually breathing flames, so that's not really something we see much in sprites. Anyway, when we get to Generation 3, 4 and 5, it pretty much carries on the same through there, it's not much of a difference. So, thank you very much for watching this episode of Pokemon Origins, and may I remind you to go check out my channel, I have other Pokemon Origins videos there. Anyway, I will see you next time guys, goodbye!